that's right. Ladies, when was the last time he called your name? Huh? Oh, yeah, I mean, not called you like, hey, baby. No, no. Called your name, man. I know what you mean. And, yeah, ladies, I got some good news for you. If he hasn't called your name in a minute, guess what? We have the perfect occasion for him to call your name, if you know what I mean, all right? Check this out. If the words classical, romantic, baroque, contemporary, if that works for you, okay, listen, this one is just for you. It's a piano recital featuring, all those stuff. The works of one of our very own, Elijah Stevens. And listen, this young man right here has a story like none other. So let's welcome Elijah to the studios right about now. Elijah, good morning to you. Welcome to Kiss 96.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to have you, man. Good to have you. And listen, every time I see you, I feel inspired. Why is that?
Well, I mean, I'm just a young man trying to make his dreams come true.
Make his dreams come true. Listen, to all young and old out there, man. Listen, dreams do come true, and don't give up. Don't give up. All right, there's hope. So guess what? Right about now, this big event is coming up. We're gonna be talking about that. Listen, I'm excited. I can't wait. Can't wait to put on all my clothes and be a part of this great occasion. However, your story, I've heard it several times. By the way, you're all over social media. You're a hit. I mean, this dude been in the news, in the States, at home. He's making waves, and for good reasons. Let's jump into it. Your story.
Well, so I started piano in the 7th grade because my church wanted a pianist, and as soon as I started, I immediately fell in love with it, and I would practice just relentlessly. And so I started to develop a passion with it, and I had a dream to want to become a classical pianist and go off to school. I applied to all of the scholarships here in the Bahamas, at least 5 or 6 scholarships, and at that time I had 7 BGCSEs. I was deputy head boy. I won several of the National Arts Festival competitions, and I even got the award for the most outstanding student in excellence in Grand Bahama. But my results were that I was declined from each of the scholarships, and so for me and my family, that was just a heartbreaking experience and time for us. And so from there, I decided to consult with my family and find out what was going to be our next options moving forward. And they said, maybe you should stay home and work, and possibly after a year attend what was then called COB, now UB. And I just had my eyes and my heart set on going off to school, and I was actually accepted to Bethune-Cookman University, a historically black university, and I really wanted to study there. There was a great Russian pianist there who had studied at some of the world's greatest conservatories and came from a great Russian school of music, and I said, I really want to study with this woman. So I reached out to the school, the music department, and I told them my story, and they said, in order for you to be considered for scholarships, you have to come in, take an audition, and if you pass the audition, then you might be considered and accepted for scholarships. And so I packed all my things in faith, all of my belongings.
In faith.
And I left alone to the U.S. with a little over $100 in my pocket. I traveled to the school, I took the audition. I waited for about 3 days to get results back, and on the second day I remember I got a text from my family saying it's time for me to come back home. And I said, I'm not coming back until I find out what the results is and until I see this thing through to the end. And so I remember that night I just started praying and saying, God, I need you to make a way for me so that I can realize this dream. And it was the next day that I got an email from the professor of piano there saying that I had received all of the scholarship funds needed to attend Bethune-Cookman University. So now I'm the first person in my family to have graduated from college. While I was there, I got, just an extensive list of achievements. One of them, I think the most prominent being that I was recognized by the White House initiative on historically black colleges and universities as one of the best and brightest of students in the U.S. for outstanding academics, leadership, and civic engagement. So I was allowed to travel to the White House in Washington, D.C. I got to meet a lot of different U.S. representatives, and I was pinned, and they gave me the title as 2017-2018 White House HBCU All-Star. And so with that, I also won the 2017 James A. Hefner HBCU piano competition, and I competed with 5 other historically black universities and pianists from them. And when I won that, I created history really at the Donkoku University, not only as a Bahamian, but the school hadn't entered that competition in 10 years. And so the Daytona Beach News Journal wrote a front page 6-column story on it, and they detailed, my whole journey coming from the Bahamas to the U.S. in pursuit of this dream, and a lot of other things that happened. But after graduating in December, I wanted to go and work for a little bit, and then after that I decided I wanted to continue my studies, and so I set my eyes on Manhattan School of Music, which is one of the world's leading conservatories for musicians. And I really wanted to study with a lady named Olga Kern. Olga Kern is the 2001 Van Cliburn Piano Competition winner. She's been my idol for many years, and
Wow.
I remember going on YouTube, and I would spend countless hours watching her videos and just seeing how incredible she was as a pianist, how she could express herself, and how she was able to basically just do anything on the instrument, and it always just blew me away to see her performance, especially of Rachmaninoff's Third Piano Concerto. And so I found out that she was studying there, she was teaching there, and I said, I want to go to this school so that I could study with her. And so I applied to the school, but because I didn't have the funds to officially submit my application, I ended up, finding out that I was going to have to wait, and wait for the next year. And I initially accepted that, and over time I started having these dreams that I was supposed to be at the school, and I was supposed to be in New York, and I felt like God was telling me, you need to go and you need to pursue this dream, and you need to push yourself. And so I decided to take another risk again, pack all my things.
Wow, here we go again. Here we go.
Leave my jobs that I just was hired at, and go and pursue this dream again. And I went to the school. Now, the school has only been attended by one other Bahamian, the late Audrey Dean Wright, who is, a Bahamian idol in the arts community. And at the school, they haven't put up any flags for the Bahamas or for a Bahamian that has been here. I don't know if she had another status while at the school, but the president told me that if I came, I would be the first Bahamian that attended the school in their 100-year legacy. And I spoke to one of the deans there, and I told her my story, and she said that if the school accepts you, they would be breaking all of their rules and all of their regulations.
Wow.
And I drove 16 hours to get to the school, and to tell them my story, in hope that they would be willing to let me in and that they would see my drive and see my determination. And they actually, at the end of the day, they told me that I would have to wait for the next round again. And at that point, that really broke me and it really crushed me, because I really felt that they really would have given me that opportunity to at least give me the chance to play for them and to see whether or not they would be willing to let me in. And so it didn't work out that first time. I ended up staying in New York City. I ended up having to go to the homeless shelter, and that was a very tough situation.
Wow.
I lost my car, I lost some of my clothes, and it was embarrassing at the same time, because here it is, I'm telling friends and family, I feel that this is what God is showing me to do, this is what God is saying to me, and yet when I reached, it didn't work out. And then on top of that, I ended up having to go through one of the most excruciating experiences emotionally for me. And so with that, I started to piece back together things, and I got a job at Kiko Studios Music Academy. And I decided, even after I said I was going to give up on my dream of Manhattan School of Music, after they told me I'd have to wait and that I was going to give up on studying with Olga Kern, I said, you know what, I'm going to try again. And I did try again. I started working with a gentleman who had recently graduated from Manhattan School of Music and studied with Olga Kern, and he said that he would help prepare me for my auditions and that he thought my playing and story was inspirational. And so I started working with him, and I used my money from my paychecks to pay for those lessons. And I actually got accepted into Hunter College, Columbia University, and Manhattan School of Music. So Columbia University is actually an Ivy League school, and between Manhattan School of Music and Columbia, there's a dual degree program. And because I've been accepted into both of these schools, I'll be able to participate in that dual degree program. And so this past March 2019 is when I found out that I was accepted into the School of My Dreams, MSM, and I found out also that I'll be able to work with Olga Kern. Now, initially the school told me, they said, you won't be able to study with her because her concert schedule is too busy, and she just is traveling across the world. You know, she's a celebrity of pianists, and she just has, you know, a couple of students in her studio. And you know, that was a little bit disappointing for me, but I'm not the kind of person that just takes no for an answer.
Wow.
And so I reached out to her myself, and I told her my story, and I told her, you know, what I went through, and for the first time, because I had reached out to her before, but this was the first time she reached back out to me, and she
Yes.
said, I spoke to the department chairman, and I told him I would be happy to have you in my class. And
Wow.
so I remember I was just sitting on the bus just thinking, oh my goodness, she'll be happy to have me in her class. You know, I just kept repeating that over and over. She will be happy to have me in her class. She'll be happy to have me in her. It was like, wow, this is really a dream come true. And so I'm now accepted there, and now I have a lot of money to raise. The school is $65,000 a year. And like you mentioned before, my story did go viral, which is another dream that I had, that it would be on the news. You know, now this featured it, who has 14 million followers worldwide, and Yahoo, Bing, AOL, all of the major news platforms online featured it, including NBC's First Coast News and a lot of other, you know, newspapers, and as well as the Bahamas Tribune, ZNS, etc. But I'm using my story to try to help me get the support that I need to realize this dream and this goal of mine. And so I have a concert coming up, like it was said before, August 13th at 7:00 p.m. That'll be at the Church of Ascension. And I'm just hoping that I'll see a lot of my Bahamian family and supporters out there. It's going to feature, you know, classical works, a lot of the work that I did with my 4-year degree at Bethune-Cookman University, and so I hope that you will come out and see what one of your young Bahamian men is doing with their career and future.
You know, so many times we see our young men mostly, but I wouldn't say mostly, but, you know, for some time in the negative, making the news, you know, for negative situations. But here we have one of our very own, man. You inspire me. You inspire me. Every time I hear that story, I'm like, wow, you know, I started dream again. So many folks have, you know, stopped dreaming, man, given up. But Elijah didn't take no for an answer. He kept going. I mean, who would go leave the Bahamas with over $100 in your pocket, not knowing where you're going? Really? Oh man, that's not enough to cover lunch. All right, so but he did, and boy, I'm telling you, he went through, but he came through. He went through, and he came through. All right, now his dream is about to be realized, and Grandmama, guess what? We can be a part of it. We can help to make it happen. And he's having a piano recital, as mentioned, the different types of music, something for everyone.
Yes.
Something for everyone, all right? And ladies, as we said at the top, when was the last time he called your name? Yeah, put on all your clothes, that little black dress, yeah, you know, dress up and get your tickets. Tickets are available at Gizmos and Gadgets, 17 Shop, Orchestral School of Music, Suncor Plaza on East Sunrise Highway. And they're only, adults are $25, kids are $10, an event for the entire family. And in advance that is, and if you pay at the door, it's going to be $30, all right? So get your tickets early, secure your space, you want to be a part of it. It's happening Tuesday, August 13th, 7 p.m. at Church of the Ascension in Arden Forest, right here in Freeport. And of course, he's moving to Nassau the following Sunday, the 18th. He's going to be at St. Andrew's Presbyterian Kirk Church across from Central Bank and on Shirley Street there. Yeah. All right, cool. So that's where it's going to be at. So Grand Bahama, this is our chance to be a part of this dream coming true. Yeah, coming true, man. I'm telling you, Elijah, your story is very inspiring.
Thank you.
And there's no doubt that you're going places. Doors are being opened. Knock and it shall be opened. Boy, you kick it in. Persistent. I like that. Persistent, man. Oh, I'm telling you, just being in your presence gets me excited. All right, you're very inspiring. All proceeds goes towards Elijah's master degree program at Manhattan School of Music. And if you can, what's the big dream when you accomplish all this? What's next?
Well, I do want to further my studies to the doctoral level, and I do want to perform on the world stage. So I want to perform at Carnegie Hall. I want to perform at the White House. All of the major performance centers. And I also want to come back and give back to my Bahamian community in so many different ways. I want to open up performing arts schools and programs. Create scholarship funds, and set up festivals and workshops and all those sorts of things that build the Bahamian community, and especially give back to the youth.
Wow, that's awesome right there. So don't forget, Grand Bahama, go on and get your tickets today. Box office, Gizmos and Gadgets, 17 Shop, Orchestral School of Music, and they're located in the Sunny Coral Plaza right there on East Sunrise Highway. And tickets are $10 for kids, $25 for adults, and $30 at the door. You can WhatsApp for tickets. This number here, 439-2627. That's 439-2627. Or, and don't forget, this is WhatsApp now, all right? There's a U.S. number, is it?
Yes, that's my number.
Okay, that's 904-485-7424. That's 904-485-7424. Get your tickets today and be a part of Elijah Stevens' Benefit Piano Concert happening at the Church of the Ascension in Arden Forest, Tuesday, August 13th at 7 p.m. Yeah, it's a black tie affair. You want to come out looking spiffy, right? You know,
right.
We've seen those recitals, and I just watched a movie last night, and they went to what was it? Was the ballet? Those kind of events where you put on all your clothes, man.
Yes, yes.
All your clothes, all right? Your bow tie, not a regular tie, your bow tie, all right? You want to be a part of this. This is history in the making, and you have a chance, Grand Bahama, to be a part of it, to help make it happen for Elijah. Listen, today for him, tomorrow for you. So, hey, you never know. Bring that young kid out to see. By the way, I keep referring to you as a young man. How old are you?
23 now.
23 now. And when you started, you were?
I was
when you make the trip?
16 going on 17.
16 going on 17. So bring your young kids out, let them see someone who looks like them. Huh? You want to say something?
Oh.
Okay. Someone that looks like them, doing good things, positive things, man, and trusting God, stepping out on faith for something good to make his dreams come true. Your dreams will come true.
Thank you so
They're
much.
coming true already. Listen, man, you're going to get the doctorate, and you're going to. Your gift makes room for you.
Yes.
You will go to the White House. You said Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall.
Yeah, you will go there, and then you're going to come back home and create opportunities for others. Pave the way.
Yes.
You're already, you're a trailblazer. You blaze a trail, now you're going to make it happen for others. Hey, it's a pleasure meeting you, and we'll continue to remind Grand Bahama to get your tickets at these locations. Get them quickly. So, I'm going to be sitting up front. I want to see you. Oh, man. I've seen a bit of your playing in your videos. I'm like, wow. I play a little something, but boy, I move on. I step aside when you come in the room, like, whoops, okay, Elijah is here. I know you've seen him on Facebook a lot these days, a lot of circles, and Grand Bahama, let's come on out and make this happen for Elijah. All right, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you
And
so
want to say
much.
thanks to anyone?
Yes, absolutely. I have to thank my mom, who's been supporting me, my parents, all of my parents. I have a couple of set of parents.
Yes.
My church family, Church of Christ Apostolic, non-denominational, Mr. Robinson at Orchestral School
Yes.
of Music, my former music teacher, Miss Trio Rule from my first music school, and my Jack Hayward High School family.
Wow.
etc.
Wow, one of our very own, man. This is awesome. This is inspiring right here to Grand Bahama. Let's come on out and support. Get your tickets early. Don't forget, tickets are available at Gizmos and Gadgets, 17 Shop, and Orchestra School of Music. Get your tickets. They're going quickly. Listen, I'm going to be there in all my clothes, get my tuxedo, get my tux. I'm going to be good to go, man. Don't forget, it's happening Tuesday, August 13th, 7 p.m. at Church of the Ascension in Arden Forest. And then the following Sunday, he's going to be in Nassau. So, Grand Bahama, listen, he's from here. We can't let Nassau outdo us, right? All right, let's do what we got to do. Tickets to kids are $10. It's an event for the entire family. Adults are $25. And $30 at the door. All right, so come here, some romantic, some show. Give me some names.
Chopin.
Bach.
Yes, Bach. Mozart.
Mozart. Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen, gotta learn to speak. There's a special way of speaking, when you see me, hi. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be the kind of event, all right? So we're looking forward to seeing everybody in the building. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so
and
much
all the
for
best,
having me.
man. All the
Thank
best.
you.
I'm telling you, that's inspiring right there. Grand Bahama, let's get on out and support. 10 minutes before 9 o'clock.